Welcome to the channel, everybody. So, a new season of Battlegrounds has kicked off, and though I know we still have incursions to do and a few dozen other things to do that I am still working on, I thought, why not? It's been quite a few seasons since I've done Battlegrounds, and I know, especially with going to Summerfest next month, which is going to be mostly about Battlegrounds and the anniversary of Battlegrounds. And on top of that, it is the anniversary of Battlegrounds, so we got some extra things rewarded. And we're only at Gold 2, even starting out, because it has been a few months. So I haven't looked at the meta, I haven't looked at my deck, and I haven't done a single thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our first 5 matches. We're going to get the rewards out of that, because we automatically get some, no matter if we win or lose. And then we're going to do a crystal opening to test a couple theories. And then after that, we may look at changing up the deck some to see if we can actually fare well in Battlegrounds with a little bit of effort. So, but that being said, I want to get a couple things going here, and then we are set, and let's get into this. By the way, like I said, Breeze and Darkneck, nice to see both you in already. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. We already got 3 of them on there, and we got 4 of us viewing, so that's wonderful. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead. I knew there was one other thing I wanted to do. And that taken care of, and then we are good to go. Let's get some matches in. Appreciate it, Nick. Obviously, we have no shortage. Wolf, have you watched the 1517 to Paris movie? No, I have not. Hi, I'm coming from Damon's server. How are you? Great to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm doing great. Appreciate you shouting out Damon there. Always appreciate anybody from his group and everything else. Always appreciate the community as a whole. But yeah, Damon's always been a great friend and supporter of things. So we're going to get some low-level matches right off the bat here, obviously. I'm going to outclass some of these decks because obviously I shouldn't be starting so low. But not that that's going to deter me in any way, shape, or form. We're just going to go ahead and do what we got to do. And if we get a couple of quitters, that just makes things go faster. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a lot of practice on Tigra, too long out of the loop and stuff, and some of the mechanics are definitely not registering the way they were when I left. So we'll see if I'm still half as good as I once was with her. And again, I have no clue what the meta is. I haven't looked. I don't even care. I'll care when it gets more competitive. And honestly, the competitive thing, I'm not even trying to do that too much, though. Let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and take Werewolf. Mostly because, representative of the channel. I do like this new background. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Let's just get aggressive right off the bat. I don't care who you got. Let's just punch straight through you. I don't think Okoye's class bonus is going to do a lot for him. So I know I said I'd go live the last couple days, and it just didn't line up as well as I wanted it to. A couple of things came up in life itself, so we're just gonna go live when we go live. We'll get some videos out sometime soon. It's going to be a slow rollout on things, and I think my alliance may start to realize that at some point as well. I'm not trying to slack off on them by any means, but at the same time, it is definitely taking a toll on me to get back into things more so than I fully expected it to. But it's not the first time we've ever stepped away and come back, so. Well, that was not okay. I threw my relic and it immediately went into his special. But I was saying that was a problem well before I took off. So, not surprised that that's still being a thing. This match is definitely going way longer than it should. I'll say that. King Arena, nice to see you. Vitalik, nice to see you as well. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't quit sooner. Let's pick up a few quick things here. I haven't done any of this type of stuff, so we're going to overload ourselves on quite a few things right now. I've got more than enough emblems to sit here and run matches all night long if I really wanted to. I was doing Battlegrounds earlier, and I was on a 12 to 14 win streak. Congratulations, man. That's nice. I just got another 7-star today. Who'd you get, man? Just had my first forfeit. I don't see this guy forfeiting. Let's go ahead. We'll sacrifice my own onslaught, and we'll take out his jack because I don't have one. It's going to be a mixed bag, I know, because of course there's going to be more people in Battlegrounds than normal, I'm sure, with this being the anniversary. Let's go Sinister. Yelena, nice. I am definitely a fan of Yelena for many reasons. Definitely not a bad 7-star to have, I will say. One of these nights, I'm just going to go ahead and do a copyright strike stream and just sit here and put on whatever I feel like listening to. And we're just going to blast some good music and just sit here and, I don't know, grind some arena or something. And just, I did a few of those back in the day. So definitely going to be something, a throwback thing that we need to do at some point once we get a few more streams under the belt, get back into things. I had 5 people forfeit. Congratulations on that. 5 out of the 12 to 14 makes it a lot quicker and easier. Let's just throw out the Enchantress. Hmm. Probably going to lose this one, but we're going to go for it anyways. Hopefully, Enchantress will do enough work to make up for how badly I'm going to screw this up against Serpent. But I'm not counting on that because this guy looks like he's got a decent deck, which means he probably has just set out a couple seasons like me and just came back in and he's looking for some free, quick, easy wins himself. Might help if I remember the entirety of his special, huh? Why do I feel like this is going like way faster? Like I had nothing on the timer to start with. Well, that's not gonna feel very good. How to lose quickly? Just get yourself hit in the spot. I started at Diamond 5. That does make a difference. Enchantress did the work for us. That's what I was hoping. Now let's see if I can figure out how to get the other win. I'm sure I'd be up in the diamond area if I was still active the last several months. Hmm. I'll throw a photon against you. Can we get a block in? Hmm. So what are you up to already now, Breeze, if you started in Diamond 5? Ah. It's been a day. I've been out most of the day. That's part of the reason why we waited until so late to actually get on tonight. I haven't been home but a couple hours myself. But that's kind of how the next few weeks leading up to Vancouver is going to be. I've got a lot that I'm going to get figured out between now and then. Mm. I'll throw Sinister. Yeah, I figured he'd throw Enchantress. Wow, that went well. Yeah, I think he's going to get this one on me. Because there is nothing I'm doing to Enchantress. Which isn't a surprise. I could barely fight her before I left the game. Still in Diamond 6. I normally just wait for the big players to move and then go, yeah, I can fill that. Yeah, I won't be making a big push. That I have. How? I have no clue. I'm doing the same right now as you. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get some of the initial wins out of the way so that I can collect my rewards. And then we're gonna open some crystals to see what that does for several things. And then after that, we'll see where we're at. Depending on how long we've been live streaming for, by that point, we'll debate whether or not we do more. And we may do some looking at the deck and stuff. But we may do more Battlegrounds, or we may slip over to Arena, or I don't freaking know. I have a semi plan to anything I'm doing right now. Everything good he has, he doesn't have ranked up. So that'll be nice and leave him and just take out his top 3. I'm going to have to look at raids on my second account at some point soon. Our first battle group's already cleared. Now, mind you, that was partially because I put us on regular raids because I didn't know where we were at because it's been a while since I've done anything. And they just annihilated that. So clearly should not have put them on that easy of a mission. But Battle Group 2 is pretty close to being done. But I do think the right side path could use just a little bit of help. But my best champion for taking in for the position that I think I need to help out the most, unfortunately, is tied up in war right now. So that's not gonna happen. Kurt Bros, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. We're going to pretend like I'm an experienced MCOC player that has actually played this game for over 9 years, almost 10 years, something like that. I don't freaking know. And pretend like I actually know what I'm doing and know how to play this game. And we're going to see if I can't, like, I don't know, gain a rank or two in Battlegrounds just by trying to get my 5 matches out of the way. Which we've already gained 1, so I mean, technically we have already achieved the goal. So I got a question, and this is partially something I would have asked when the new dailies and stuff came out. Now, one of the things about this game that really, like, when I first started playing this game, I like to be a collector. Like, literally, my goal was to get every champion at every star level and get them maxed out. Okay? Now, obviously, that became very difficult as we got 5 stars and then 6 stars and then 7 stars because all the resources you were using up on your next higher thing, or it just didn't matter. It makes sense to spend anything on something low. Outside of the occasional 2 stars that you got, because of course we had the 2 star arena that comes around on a regular basis and everything like that, which I'm always extremely excited about. That's one of my favorite things is when they bring in the 2 star arenas because it's always good for very little effort. So, but now that I have access to so many resources on such a regular basis now, like all my 1, 2, and 3 stars have all been maxed out for a while. Outside of Sig level to a point. Um, but I actually have been kind of pushing because I've been doing the dailies and everything. And so I've got, for the first time in a long time, I've actually got a massive overflow on like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 of anything, basic or class. Outside of alphas, obviously. Um, for those out there that maybe look once at one point in time wanted to look at the game as a collection thing, like I did. Do you find now that the new daily quest is easier to come up with those resources again after years of them leaving them out of almost everything? Do you find it easier to go back to being a collector, or do you feel like the game still pushes you to be, super competitive? Like I have every 4 star I have is completely and totally max sig. That's the one level that I know everything is max sig at, or at least every 4 star I currently have. That KO'd me. How did that KO me? I mean, it's still one, but seriously, he wasn't even in true Nick form, and I was at full health. Ah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Nick's my boy and all. I've always been a big fan of Nick in almost everything in this game. Outside of, obviously, raids, because that's the one place he's absolutely useless. Mm. Oh, this is going to rack up quick. Full 7 star Titan at the top. Nice. I'm definitely getting my next rank 4 if I get through all of this. I don't know. Rewards don't look too bad on that, at least. Oh, I'm sure the 5 stars took forever. Like, I really want to message this person and find out what their name stands for. I'm going to save my silk, but everything else is getting banned. Or we'll just win. Hey, look at that! I'm already to platinum. Okay, one more, and then we get the full rewards, and then we can go open some crystals just for some fun of it. Because I got a few things in there that, like, first off, I got relics in there and stuff that could definitely help with all this, especially once I rework the deck, and especially with us getting into platinum and everything. It won't take long for me to easily get to a point where I'm actually going to need to know what's going on and try. My 6-star is different story. I won't rank 5 them since 7 stars need those resources. Yeah, see, it's going to be one of those things. Like it's going to be harder to push up 6 stars. But I would like to get everything through 5 maxed out, like you have it. Heck, I don't even know. Like I'm torn on leveling up certain 7 stars right now because I don't want to use resources for a low level 7 star that I could use on a higher level 7 star. Even though I need to get some of the lower level 7 stars into the higher level. I did all that before my 4 month. Yeah, I can see that too. It'll definitely be one of those things. We'll kind of, I don't know. We may make some spreadsheets and kind of keep track of some things on all the accounts a little better. Um, I definitely realized it the other night that because I finally got around to doing the intel missions, and when I did, I realized that I, not even thinking about it, selected the same path a couple different times. Um, so I can't even complete every path. But I wasn't doing them as I was receiving them, so I didn't keep track of them. But again, I choose to come back in a month that they're like, here's 730 million things to do at once. And you got to do them on 4 different accounts. And I'm like, no, we'll get to what we get to. But I also don't want to let the Alliance down by not getting to certain things that are definitely like, if I don't do them, the Alliance doesn't get the rewards. So I'm trying to find some balance there on getting through the biggest things that are going to benefit the Alliance while also the things that like actually bring me enjoyment and pleasure, or do not completely and totally make me feel like I suck at this game, which I do, but I don't want to feel like it. I think this weekend when I stream, because I will stream a few times this weekend, because a lot of the things that I need to get done before Vancouver, I just on the weekends those offices and stuff are just not open. Um, so I know that I won't burn myself out as bad. Um, It is one of the things that I'm trying to deal with right now. My mental health has taken a bit of a slip over the last few months. Um, so I'm still trying to deal with getting myself back completely and totally functional. Um, I'm worse than you at this game. There's always somebody worse. It's just like life. There's always somebody stronger. There's always somebody better, and there's always somebody lesser. Okay, there's always gonna be. Okay. Interesting. But I'm getting ready to go to the biggest. I know you're talking about going to be there too, but going to the biggest event with the best players in the world at this game. I'm going to sit there and hang out with them. And we look at their like 40 rank fours. Well, I don't have hardly any rank fours, and I don't have anywhere near the skill level of somebody like Andrew or Pepe or. I'm currently doing the incursions with Steve. I'm on zone 9. Maybe I lost track of the amount of revives I've used. Yeah, I gotta make another attempt at it. I just haven't got there yet. It went really bad that first night, and I just gotta get back to it. But I'm going to do that because that's a thing. The Alliance needs 15 points. I can put up at least a couple of them, possibly up to 4 if I can figure out how to do it with my accounts. Which is, a significant amount for the Alliance. So I don't want to let everybody down in that perspective. I wish I was good enough to do the Radiance push. But I know there's no way, even if I reworked my deck perfectly, that I'm getting into Gladiator Circuit first day. Ain't happening. Now, if I don't win that one, somebody's going to have to explain it to me. Because I don't know how you could have done that one better. "55 seconds of waiting here to find out if I won or not. Let's count it down together. 40, 45. Oh, guys. So what I get for live streaming too late, I know Dan good and well that probably Abado's on and half the others, and I know everybody's on for Battlegrounds, so I appreciate those that stopped in to hang out with me tonight, knowing who all else is streaming right now. So thank you guys very much for that. I know every big name in MCOC right now is on streaming, trying to get as many wins as possible, as early as possible. I'm just over here screwing around and laughing at being in platinum. And that gets me all of those, which was what I was in here for. I don't think I have... I feel like I should have won that one already. Maybe. I'm not going to get anything out of that. Okay, so let's go open some crystals. Because we've got a few things in here that I think could help. Yes, all the things I've already collected. Let's stop telling me about them. Thank you. Damon, how's it going, my man? Nice to see you. So, 9 relics, 7 new. And one of those new ones is a dupe. Very nice thing about watching this stream is that there isn't too many people watching too, which means you can see all the... It does help. Yes, it is a lot easier to see all the messages. I'm good. Just did war fight on the alt account. Nice, man. I need to get some war fights in myself. But I've got to get a few different things in actually, but I figured we'd go live and do a little bit of Battlegrounds and whatever else comes out of the evening, including opening a few of the rewards that we just picked up. Okay, so we got 15 of these, which aren't going to matter too much outside of the fact that if I can get a couple 6 stars, and we got a new one here. 6-star Okoye. I didn't have her already. Working on war planning right now too. Yeah, we're debating on what kind of alliance we're going to be long term since it's the new alliance. Shark in the water, eagle in the sky. Long time no see, my man. Nice to see ya. So I'm kind of voting on things. We are so low right now that we instantaneously will win wars no matter what we do. Which I did on purpose, to be honest with you. Like I said, just getting back after several months of taking away from the game and everything, I needed a little bit of buffer to get myself right first before we got super competitive and get a few of the other life stuff out of the way. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to take the incursions one just because. But yeah, I know several of my guys are asking about possibly. We've always been kind of an AQ based, but I know there's a few people talking about us possibly being more war based. So I might move in that direction with things. We're gonna have a discussion of it. Thinking I'm kicking 11 or 12 people. Wow. Hey, Breeze, if you're still around anywhere, I got a 6-star out of these crystals. That's a lot going on, Damon. And that sucks, man. I hate it when you get that many people. 1 out of 12. So to contribute to your theory of these crystals suck, 1 6-star out of 12. Got a 6-star America. Okay. Well, I mean, you were saying that you thought you'd only gotten 5 stars out of them in the Lions chat, so that's kind of the reason why I was. Let's see. You got a 5-star and a 6-star relic here of the old type. I'm still confused on the new relics. The Yeah, the 1 7-star would be nice. The Boston crystals. I forget what they're called. No, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. I get it. You know I do. It's leading alliances. I don't know what crazy thing inspired me to come back to do it again, but other than the fact that it's just how I am. Not worried about those right now. We'll go ahead and grab the 5. Can't wait to get my 9th rank 4. I'm looking at my 3rd soon, and I should... Yeah, the Wicked Smart Crystals. I'll be getting my 3rd by the time I get through the... I was just looking at it. The Battlegrounds season thing for the fact that of the 3rd anniversary. That'll definitely have enough in it to get me my 3rd one. Have the first one soon. Congratulations. Yeah, see, that's my thing too. Is like I kind of like every time I've tried to be in an alliance as just a member, like it ends up being that I don't enjoy what's going on, and so I just end up running things anyways. So that's why I've pretty much stayed a leader most of the time I've been in this game. Okay, we got close, but didn't quite get to the second 7-star that I was hoping to get to, but we'll have that soon. Well, this is my 2nd time I've taken an extended break off the game and immediately came back to running alliances both times. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it is a new 7-star. He's not a horrible 7-star, but I don't know if that's really who I was looking for. My 2nd account has 8 rank 4s, so both of my accounts are pretty much close to... Nice, man. Yeah, I just got my 3 littler accounts to Paragon a couple weeks ago. Okay, so Relics is going to be where most everything is. I know that. And there's going to be so much I need to do in here. It really screws with me that I can have multiple of the same relic with these new ones. Like, how are you... I just don't... I don't know. I don't get the new relics. At some point I'm gonna have to stop and I love using Domino for Bullseye. Yeah. For example, Wong Thing and yeah. I am going to try and have some variety in my rank ups on my account, to be honest with you. That's kind of what I was looking at. Which, again, like I said, I have 7 stars I could rank up right now, but I don't know that I want to rank them up before I get more rank 4s. Because I do have an okay amount of rank 3s that I could push up with a little bit more resources. I guess I'm just kind of trying to see how quickly overall I can end up getting tier 7 basic. Because of course that's the one that like takes the longest to come up with. But obviously, part of the way I came up with everything I had early, to even get the first couple rank uh, fours that I have, was all the compensation and stuff that happened while I wasn't really playing. Um, Speaking of Abado just went live. He was not live already. Mm-mm. Yeah, I know. That's the thing is it did so much while I was there was so much free stuff that I got while I was away that it progressed my account quite a bit without even being massively active in the game. And now I'm back and I gotta figure out where. Um, Now see for my first two rank fours, I went with Hulk and Bishop. Um, Mostly because what am I doing? It's not what I wanted. Push buttons. Bishop and Hulk for my first two. Mostly just because I've loved Hulk since the beginning. Like he is just a phenomenal character, and I've gotten so much work out of Bishop that and plus on top of that, they were both Sig 200 champion. Oh well, no, Bishop's a Sig 200. Hulk is like 140, 160 somewhere in there. So it was, especially considering right as I hit them was the point that they were talking about the whole um, prestige actually starting to matter again. So it made sense for prestige purposes to go with two champions that were already higher Sig level, or at least that's what I was advised. So I don't know. I've got to rework all my relics. I've got to look at who makes sense to have as far as getting ranked up and stuff. Like I said, I have several rank threes that could go to rank four as soon as I get the resources. Um, but I really wasn't. Right now, I'm just throwing relics on 7 stars at this point. I don't even until I take the time to sit down and research where everything's supposed to be, which is another one of those things too that it's getting the amount of research that this game is requiring these days is getting a little borderline. Like, and it's getting to a point that it's very easy to slip behind. Enchantress and Shastra, I mean, not bad choices. I ranked Reed Enchantress early because of the fact that she was just such a nightmare to everybody. As far as if you threw out defense, you were guaranteed a win. So does anybody get in position that they're going to be able to hold on to the extra revives we got today? Get better at MCOC. How's it going, my man? Nice to see you. We're taking a slight break real quick because we hit the initial 5 wins and got a bunch of stuff. So we figured we'd open a few crystals, rank up a few things real quick, and then get back in there. Did a crazy cook with my gentle with a high sig rank 4 Yelena. Nice. I have gentle and I have not played him very much yet, but I know he was doing a lot of work for a lot of people when I stepped away from the game. So I indexed her SP2 really well. It was fat. Yeah. I will tell you this much. There are things that I was dexing really well when I left the game that I'm not dexing well at all anymore. And I don't know if that's my reflexes, the difference in my phone, or if it's things Kabam has done. But I know, it's one of those things that, like, there's always theories about what's getting adjusted and what doesn't, and what got changed, and sometimes, yes, it's kabam, and sometimes it's just a bug. So, I mean, we never know what's changed and what hasn't enough to know if it was an intentional effect or if it just was how it was. Okay. So now that I have dropped relics onto things again, I don't know. I know again, like I said, I need to go through and change them all. I mean, Titania is worse now because of Silk, Lock, and Okoye. Yeah, I mean, there is a certain level of that where, like, champions become worse because of. Yeah, I already got that. I'm pretty sure, didn't I? Not that. Oh, I didn't get it all. Okay, never mind. We weren't done opening things apparently. I don't think this is going to be enough to do anything that we need to pay attention to, but might as well. You can't push them to SP3 with yeah. But I mean, there's like I said, there is a certain level of that like they're always going to be coming out with champions that are going to make other champions less valuable than they were when they initially came out. Um, and, and to a point, obviously, that needs to happen. And that I'm okay with, and I understand the purpose of that. It's the behind the scenes tuning of things that we don't always see. Like when they make the AI a little more aggressive, or like when all of a sudden they can punch through your special out of nowhere, things like this. It does make a difference, and it's definitely The other thing, too, is I will say this. This is one thing that annoys me, and I know it's a stupid thing, but it annoys the crap out of me, is the fact that I can clear these notices 100 freaking times. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I have all these stupid notices again. And, like, from two different perspectives of this. First off, like, there's the 7-star Corvus. Congratulations. Yeah. There's the two perspectives of that. First off, like I said, part of it is my own OCD that, like, it just bothers me that there's notifications there that I haven't cleared. And always has. But yeah, I realize too that it is also on purpose that they do that because they're trying to shove it down your throat to get you to buy stuff. But that's also why you're getting such a bad taste in so many people's mouths, because they are shoving it down your throat so much to buy things. And I as much so as all the pop-ups and stuff are there, I think it's a massive disservice to the community to make it feel like that you're getting stuff shoved down your throat by having those, having to clear those over and over and over again, or just live with the fact that it's always there looming. You have 20 things to notice. Well, no, I don't have 20 things to notice because I don't care about those 20 things. I mean, if I do care about them, I'm going to go spend on it, no matter if you constantly push me on notice or not. Like, when I want to spend on this game, and when I'm in a good enough position, I do spend on the game. But when I want to spend, I know what I want to spend on. Yeah, great. If there's a cool new offer that I haven't seen, okay, let's check it out. But for the most part, I know what I'm going to spend. I know where my resources are going to go first. Obviously, before anything, I'll do my sigil, I'll do the monthly cards, and then I'll do any kind of double tracks. Those are always the first ones. After that, then it's special offers, if they're good enough, obviously. Or occasionally, and I haven't done this in a very long time, there's always those occasions where, I do the $5 daily deals. Let's go Silk this time. Just because she's come up in conversation so much. But, one of the things about it is I watched Truth Comics interview with Yusafa and Kurt Bros and J Will, and I'm going to feel like crap because I'm going to forget the other person's name. But, it was definitely brought up that somebody who has a customer service background and understands the difference between catering to the community and pissing the community off would be really nice to get into place into the marketing department. And I just so do happen to have two degrees in marketing, a digital marketing certificate, and a very extensive background in sales and customer service. And I would be more than willing to be a passionate member of the community to advocate for how to properly take care of the community. So, not that Kabam's listening to me at any point right now, especially since I've been gone. But if they happen to run across this at any point in time, this is my official application to join the community liaison team. And and my application is in no way, shape, or form dependent on my ability to play this game. Yeah, I mean, and the problem is too is like I think Yusafa said it well. It may have become a whales game, but they're not taking care of the whales either. Because a lot of the things that the whales, those of us that aren't spending on the game are looking at and going, God, I wish I had the money to spend like that. They're like, I've got 30 of them. I don't care. Like one of the things that Yusafa brought up that I think would have been is an amazingly great idea. Every one of these guys that won the tournament, on top of that, a couple of the top spenders in the game, fly them out. Take care of their expenses. I can name plenty of games that do things like that. I know for a fact that Niantic, who runs Pokemon Go, has flown out numerous YouTubers to major events, and they spend tons on the game, a lot more than what the company spent to cover their expenses to come out for a particular event. Like, I can't grind Battlegrounds high up. It's because the whales. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, if you only have two choices. You either become really good at this game and become the best player in this game, and get into a top tier enough alliance that gets you most of your stuff to make up the distance, or you spend a ton of money. But I will tell you this much: that's again another one of the things that Yusafa brought up that I agree with is, even he, like, even with the amount of money he spent and whatnot, there is a certain point that, like, he just can't keep up with. And, he can't. At one point in time, he knew, like, just off of his spending, he was the biggest player in the game. But, of course, that faded, and so his own personal goal of that, I mean, I will tell you this much. Like, if I was in Yusafa's position financially, and not that I know his full finances by any means, but, like, he did disclose quite a bit on that video. And if it wasn't a big deal for me to drop 50K on Banquet, like, if I knew that I could still do everything for those I love, pay all my bills, and drop 50K on Banquet, I'd do it. And I would have a whaled out account beyond belief, and I would be competing in higher tiers, not because my skill can account for it, but because my bank account did. I don't think I'm going to win this one, but I'm kind of surprised I beat her. And people are calling me a whale because I don't content. I mean, and that's the thing is we all have our own perspective, which I only buy Platinum Pass. Okay, yeah. And that's the thing is none of us really know. I don't do content really. Yet, I mean, I'm in the same boat, man. I'm months behind on content. Actually, I think I'm years behind on content right now. To be honest, I know I'm years behind because I'm still I still have to do 8.4. Hmm. But my skill also doesn't like. I mean, you guys watched me the other night. And part of that is being out of practice. Part of that is not actually looking into things and figuring out what I'm supposed to be doing, which is normally how I do everything in this game. I take forever and figure out exactly how to do it. I go check out everybody else's videos, even before I make most of the content videos that I've used that are guide videos. I went through and learned it through somebody else and then figured out my own way of doing it, and that's what I put out for you guys for guide videos, and what I will get back to putting out for guide videos in time, obviously. Um, but like I'm, I can't look at an. I'm not. There are certain nodes I know I can look at. Um, I did well, like 40 revives in 3 quests. If you think that's whaling, you really need to check out some of my old videos. I went through like 6,000 units on the Grandmaster. People keep calling me that, which is great. It's just one of those things, man. Everybody has their own definition of what is too much or not enough in this game. What's good, what's not. I mean, there's some obvious, you know, you see Pepe or you see Andrew, like those guys are just freaks at this game. They're phenomenal. Um, but like I know people like that I've been in alliances with that people are like, dude, you're phenomenal. And they're like, yeah, but I'm nothing compared to so and so. They keep saying that's because they have a skill issue. I mean, that's again, it's debatable. What is defined as a skill issue in this game? Like, if you have to use potions, does that mean that you lack skill? Because I don't think it does. Um, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a top tier player by any means. I've never said that, but just because I use a ton of potions and revives to get through something, I still got through it. I do it my way, and that's what I've always been about on this channel. Not doing in-game content in general if they are going to. Um, I mean, I also think that that's one of those things too. Is like, what if you wait to get into in-game content? If they say they will, but they don't. Oh no. See, okay, okay, let's talk about that from my perspective. Okay, Let's look at some of the special quests. Okay. Obviously, I haven't done the Deathless Mausoleum, and I can't do it because I don't have Deathless pieces. Or I don't have Deathless champions. Grandmaster's Gauntlet, I've never done it. Okay? That's been out for years. But at the same time, I'm over halfway through Epoch. And I plan on actually getting it done at some point. I just haven't gotten back to it yet because of the time away from the game that I took. Eternity of Pain, I've never done that. Necropolis, I did that during the initial Necropolis event when it first came out, my first run, and I haven't gotten back to it since then. And I do plan to get to it. It's just there's always something more to do. So sometimes it is one of those things, you know. Crucible again, something else that I plan on getting back to, but I haven't gotten through that either. But now, if we come over here to story mode, like I still got part of Act 6 to finish. I still haven't even done all of 7 for 7 yet, let alone 100%ing Act 7. I've still got to do quite a bit on Act 8. And of course, now we're into Act 9. And as a matter of fact, I just signed up for the beta for it. So, I think just like life, this game occasionally we spend too much time comparing ourselves to other people in the community, and more often than not, do we spend too much time comparing ourselves to the best people in the community and thinking that we or others are less because we're not as good as them, but yet we're all on our own journey, and it doesn't matter when we get there or how. So I don't know. Mm, mm, we'll see how that goes. I mean, you're right on that. Thank you. Not that I was looking to be right, but at the same time, it is one of those things that I know myself. I have to remind myself, and I think we all need to remind ourselves from time to time not to constantly be comparing ourselves to other people, that it is our own journey and we have to get there when we get there, how we get there. Um, and even that isn't always easy. Um, I know myself, I have a lot of my own internal things that interfere with my journey to success at times. But I also know very good and well that there are things that I have done in my life that other people wouldn't even think about doing. So in some areas, maybe I'm, further along than some people. In other areas, I'm worlds behind. But technically, I'm right where I want to be. Only thing I have left to do is Necro, but the rewards are decent at least. It's not like Wheel of Fate rewards or Epoch. I kind of like, there's some Epoch stuff that I still technically need. I mean, I know Epoch may not be as incentivized for some people, but I won't turn down those sig stones and stuff. Not to mention the rank up materials would definitely help. Not that I'm not getting plenty of rank up materials, but there's never enough in this game. That worked well. I explored Epoch and Wheel Ordeal on and both Crucibles. I got like nothing else at this point. See, and that's the other thing about it too is as everybody else is talking about, well, I got not, mind you, there's definitely more stuff coming, but I have no lack of content to do, both for myself personal and content that I can put out on the channel. So I'm kind of okay with the fact that I've never rushed through it because I've always got something to do. And congratulations on that. 100%. I give you total props for being above the average. It is not an easy thing to do in this game. Mm-mm. I remember one of the first things I ever did when I first started this channel was I made a video on how I play Captain Marvel movie and one of the easiest ways to be able to play her and take advantage of her. And immediately one of the first comments I got was, "That's not how you play her." Yeah, well, that's how I play her. Ooh, ah. Ah. I'm good in war, just not fast at BGs. We hit in Platinum 5 in our alliance. Nice. War has always been one of those game modes, in spite the fact that my alliance is talking about possibly becoming a war alliance. That is up for vote at the moment. I've never been a fan of war. The mechanics work so much differently in war than any other place. But I don't run a complete dictatorship. So if my guys decide that that's where we want to shift things to, then I'll take the rewards. But I also don't know that I ever like. There's a certain level that I know no matter. I don't care. Like I will never have an alliance in Masters. Why? Because A, I know what that takes, and B, I don't want to do that. That's not what I wanted. Ah. That one season with like less defenders with massive health pools was so bad. Yeah, it was right after that season that I took my break. So the funny thing is when I came back, I was still running only one defender and everything for a while. So, well, guys, this is still early Battlegrounds. I knew damn good well I wasn't planning on shooting very high tonight. I do still have a bunch of stuff to do on my other accounts and everything. So I think what I am going to do is we are going to jump over and raid Abydo as soon as I get the link for it. But I will be live several times this weekend. I don't know when. And I'm not going to obligate myself in any way, shape, or form because that causes me anxiety. And I don't like having anxiety. But if you guys would, I would appreciate it if everybody would like to jump over and support Abydo with me. And say hi with a hashtag Wolfpack Raid. But that being said, guys, like I said, I will be live this weekend. We're going to do, I don't know, something. I got plenty of things to do, so we'll figure out exactly what we're going to do when I get there. But I may be live tomorrow. I may not be. I don't know. We're going to see how the next couple days go, how things are going, and have fun with it. But until then, guys, I hope everybody has a great day and a great night and pulls a God tier champion soon. And I want to thank everybody for stopping by and hanging out for a little bit tonight. I appreciate everybody keeping things going and coming out here and showing some support. And until next time, guys, I love y'all and peace out.